decade ago, financial resources for Asian American and Pacific Islander students were limited, making higher education less attainable.
Like when I pay for my school, it's all from myself. I don't get really much help from, so that's why I work a lot so I can get money.
It was hard for us to, have money to pay up front to go to school, which is what I always wanted to do when I was younger.
It was very tough for me when I got laid off and unemployed. I had no money to go to school.
There was no federal funding, no national advocacy group, and the institutions that served the high concentrations of Asian American and Pacific Islanders were without equal access because they were not recognized by the U.S. Department of Education as minority-serving institutions.
There's such a huge gap in how the API community is viewed.
Everyone tells me yeah, are your parents doctors or nurses? Yeah, you have money and...
Oh, Asians are really smart. They just get things. All they do is to study. They must be really rich to have to afford that kind of good education or just anything like that. Which is really sad to see because no, not all Asians are like that.
AAPI students were routinely overlooked in many of the programs and resources offered to students of color at the local, state, and national levels. To address these challenges, community leaders, higher education representatives, and business partners formed the Asian and Pacific Islander American Scholarship Fund. Over the last 10 years, APIASF has distributed over $70 million in college scholarships to AAPI students with financial need.
After having received the scholarship, I felt as if a burden had been lifted off of my shoulders. That door that had been closed for me to be able to go to college was once again open.
Through its partnership with the National Commission on Asian American and Pacific Islander Research and Education, APISF is working to raise awareness of the changing face of America by completing ongoing research reports on the AAPI student experience and the institutions they attend. APISF continues to mobilize the community and resources to help educate policymakers, higher education leaders, and the general public about the needs and experiences of AAPI students.
Even though things are against me, I want to prove everyone wrong. I want to show people that even though you have a bad background or you come from a low-income family and everything is against you, you still could strive forward and, achieve those dreams that you've always wanted.
APISF is working to lower the poverty level among AAPIs by ensuring college completion and inspiring AAPI students to get involved as future leaders, become role models in their communities, and develop the skills that will contribute to a stronger economy.
Getting a higher education is not only a matter for yourself, but also a matter for your family and your community.
This is how we grow as a community, so if everyone is educated, then that's how we're going to grow as a community.
For the last 10 years, APISF supported a lifelong journey for many Asian American and Pacific Islander students. APISF is making the difference by providing scholarships, professional development for students and alumni, and inspiring leaders who are building more vibrant communities.
Education is, quite frankly, just a reflection of what happened in my life. Our family was of modest means. My father was a waiter in a restaurant his entire life, so we didn't have a whole lot of money. I was actually the first individual in my family to go to college.
And once you get a good foundation in education, doors open for you.
If a street kid named Don Thompson could grow up to be president of McDonald's USA, I know that there's a lot of other kids out there who have the brilliance, the ingenuity, the ideas, the drive, the passion. They may just need a little help with a little money to get into college for the first time.
Unfortunately, there are thousands of students APISF is unable to support in their pursuit of these dreams. For the next 10 years, APISF is committed to invest in our next generation of leaders so that they may fulfill their dreams. Please join us to invest in these students and our communities.